Hi, my name is Myra and thank you so much for joining me today. This is just a quick video because I do have something that has arrived and I was waiting for it for a very long time. So I did want to film my unpacking, just basically to record my first impressions of when I see that palette. Yes, that's not any big news because this is an old palette. Well, old palette, what, 6 months? This is the Snow Angel palette from Simply Posh, and for the past half a year I have been thinking about whether or not I want to purchase it or not, because obviously it's not something that I'm going to wear every day. However, I really wanted this color story. I don't know, I do have a lot of pastels, but this one just seemed, I don't know, it just seemed better. It seemed more interesting than other pastels. So yeah, I finally decided to order it. I did order it on the Monolith website because I live in Europe, and that's I guess one of the only retailers that carries Simply Posh. So let's get into it. Let's just open it up, see how it looks. Maybe I'll do some swatches. Maybe I'll get an idea that I want to put some of the shadows on my eyes. We'll see how it goes. So just so you know, I did order 2 palettes. One of them was the Snow Angel palette, and the second one was Lunar Lavender from Kaleidos. Again, same thing, it's a very old palette, much older than Snow Angel. However, I just wanted it the whole time since it was released. So let's get into opening. So here's the box that it came in, and yeah, let's see. So what do we have here? Okay, Monolith does this every time. They do give, you know, the Haribo sweets here, which is very nice of them. Thank you so much. And obviously I have my invoice here. The palettes are packaged quite well in the bubble wrap. I have actually prepared a knife just in case we need it, if the box wouldn't open, but it did. It opened quite well. So here we have, oh, okay, this one, I don't know why it's not in the bubble wrap. Let's see if it's okay. It is a bit damaged right here, but I hope the palette is okay. Let's see. Oh my god, yeah, it is very beautiful. Just look at this packaging. You can't tell me it's not beautiful. I know it's old news. I know, just don't tell me that. For me, it's not. Okay, yeah. The palette is okay. But this is not what we are here for, so let's open up the Snow Angel palette. Oh my god. Okay. I'm nervous. I don't know why. I haven't been nervous for a long time when I was opening my new palettes. You know, being a makeup junkie, you kind of lose that excitement when you get new palettes. Oh my god. Okay, that is beautiful. Okay, let's take the plasticky thing off. How do you do that? Okay, just like that. So we do have duochromes, multi-chromes. Just so you know, I didn't watch many reviews on it just because, I don't know, I wasn't thinking I will be ordering it. To be honest, it was an impulse purchase. I'm sorry, but I have to stick my fingers into the duochrome shades. So this one is, what? Snowdrift, this one. Oh my god. So I do see green, blue, yellow, and pink. Okay, let's see. Oh my god. Okay, that is very beautiful. Can you see the shift? I don't know. No, I think you cannot see the yellow shift. I think you can see the base, which is kind of greenish gray, but you don't see the yellow. Maybe like that. Okay. Anyway, it is very beautiful. When I look at it this way, I do see yellow, but when I turn like that, I see pink. Okay, let's swatch some more. I really wanted to swatch this one, the Snowflake, this one, and the one next to it, which is Crystal. So these two. Okay, let's try Crystal and Snowflake. So Crystal, wow, and Snowflake. Okay, these are quite flaky, I would say. Well, especially Crystal. Crystal is very flaky. But oh my god, this is so reflective. Can you see that? You can actually see how Crystal is more reflective than this one and this one. Okay, that looks very nice, very promising. Snowflake, which is this one, the bottom one, is one of the types of shadows that I have been drawn to lately, and yeah, that's one of the reasons I actually have decided to order this palette. Okay, let's look at the other sparkly shades. So what we have left are Sparkling Snow, which is this one. Then we have Angel, which is this one, and Frost. Frost doesn't actually excite me. It's quite, I don't know, a standard pink to yellow. But Sparkling Snow and Angel are quite interesting. All right, let's see. So that is Sparkling Snow. Oh my god. This is Angel. And this is Frost. Okay, as you can see, Angel is very reflective. They are all quite reflective. However, I guess out of these three, Angel is the most reflective one. Frost, as you can see, is just your typical pink to kind of gold. Yeah, pink to gold duochrome. Angel actually looks like violet or lavender, pinkish lavender shade with silver reflect. Maybe that's the reason why it's so reflective, because silver does seem more reflective than others. Let's just swatch the rest just to see how they look together. So Crystal, Snowflake, and Snowdrift. I'm curious to see how Snowdrift compares to this one. Okay, so basically they are very similar. I have no idea why we have both of them. Can you see that? So the first one right here and the last one right here are very similar. Am I the only one who thinks that these two are the same? I mean, okay. And right here we have, what's that? That was Crystal. Yeah, that was Crystal. Let's just do one more swipe. And this one is the, what? Snowflake. No, sorry, Snowflake. Right here. Okay, so we have here all the sparkling shades. Anyway, let's do something. Let's do a simple look and see how all of them look on the eyes. Well, not all of them, some of them. I only have my blush on the eyes, so I will add it kind of on top of my blush that I have. Let's see, I really enjoyed one of the looks that I saw on the internet where the girl used the shade Ice Chill, this one, the minty green one. Then she deepened with Sweater, and then she added Snowflake, this one, on the lid. So let's try to do that. Just a quick, simple look. I'll take Ice Chill and put it right here. I don't know if you can see that, because today my filming area was not prepared to film. Let's just do it this way, a little bit in the inner corner and a bit in the socket. Maybe just a little bit more in the inner corner. Okay. Let's do the same thing on this eye. I must say that this shade is very pigmented. I wasn't expecting that type of pigment from, you know, a pastel shade. Can you see that? And now let's take a more dense brush and use the shade Sweater and see how it goes in the outer corner right here. Okay, again, I wasn't expecting it to be so pigmented. Okay, wait, I need a blending brush. Okay, and let's add, no, not crystal. Let's add snowflake, this one. I'm sorry that this video is that long, but I actually wanted to show you, you know, the real-time application, and that looks stunning. Can you see that? Oh my god. Okay, I love that. Yeah, I actually do. And I'm very surprised that these shadows are so pigmented for pastels. Can you see? Oh my god. And obviously the sparkling shade is very, very nice as well. Okay, it seems that the snowflake shade doesn't actually have a lot of base, so I would advise you to put it on top of other shadows, but it works fine. I mean, it looks very, very good. Let me just do the second eye because, you know, we're quite naked here. I was actually expecting this shade to have more like of a mulberry undertone based on what I see in the palette, but it has a more of a, you know, cool purple undertone. I must say I'm quite satisfied with the blending because, you know, the dark purple plummy shades, they are difficult to formulate and sometimes they just don't blend. They're very patchy and basically don't blend properly. But this one is very good. Let's see, there is some fallout right here, both sparkling and the dark purple. I'll just use a clean brush to kind of brush it off. And I really want to use the dark green, this one, on the lower lash line. So let's do that. That is very pigmented. Okay, a little bit goes a long way. Just so you know, if you haven't purchased this palette or you have purchased but not tried it yet, please keep in mind, a little bit goes a long way. I wanted to create very light, airy look, but yeah, that does not look like a very light, airy look. Anyways, the shadows do work very well. I mean, maybe just a little bit too well. And you know what? I will add just a tiny bit of the mulberry shade, the purple one, Sweater, just to mute this green down a little bit because, I mean, that's a tiny bit too much. And because this purple has a little bit of red in it, and red is the opposite of green. This way we can neutralize a little bit the green that we have used, well, that I have used without thinking about it. That seems like the final look. Maybe I will use, let me see. Let me use the shade Sparkling Snow in the inner corner. Just a tiny little bit on my pinky. If I leave it scattered like that, it gives just a little bit of pink sparkles, and that's it. I'm guessing because we do have, you know, the minty green under that shade, and it has a green base as well. So we kind of just see the, you know, the pink sparkles here. But it does look very good. So this is my final eye look. It is very ethereal, very bold. Keeping in mind I wanted it to be quite soft. However, you know, it's the first time I've dipped into these shadows, and it's actually my first time having a Simply Posh palette as well. So I didn't know what to expect, to be honest. I was thinking that pastels are, I mean, usually pastels. But these pastels are very pigmented. Look at this pink one. This pink one looks like it's going to be, you know, just a little tiny hint of color. However, on the arm swatch, can you see that? That's like full-on pinky lavender. Let's see the snow blanket, you know, the lightest shade here. And yeah, that's very pigmented as well. Can you see that? Okay, now I know I will be returning to this palette. Obviously, I will be playing around with it quite a lot in the next days, maybe weeks, I don't know, we'll see. And for sure, I would like to find a way to make it wearable for every day, because I do have a 9-to-6 job. So I do need to look at least a little bit decent throughout the day, and obviously not with, you know, such a bold, colorful eye look. So thanks again for joining me today. Yeah, it wasn't an in-depth review, it was just unpacking, unboxing, and my first impressions. You know, we did try to do a look with this beautiful palette, and I know that, again, this is Snow Angel palette. However, for me personally, those types of shades are the shades that I gravitate towards during the summer, not during winter. So I will be playing around, and I'll keep you updated. I will have a full-on review of this palette with the swatches, with comparisons. I wanted to compare it to the Gliminatrix pastel palette. What's it called? The Pretty in Pastels palette. Because I do see some similarities there. And maybe you do own the Gliminatrix one and you're thinking whether or not you want to buy this one, or the other way around. So yeah, thanks again, and see you in the next one. Please don't forget to subscribe and press the notification bell if you would like to support my channel. Have a great day. Bye.